Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
I have to get done with this podcast very quickly today so I can get on a plane and go up to the Easter egg roll. Are they still doing it? Do they still do it up there?
Absolutely. I'm so pleased you're not going to, I thought you'd be past that by now.
No, I love the thing. I really do.
Who are you dressed as this year?
I'm not. I'm actually participating. Every other year I participate and push the little ones out of the way so that I can win. So I can win big.
Yeah, it's a Trump egg roll. So
Happy,
everything is bigger, everything's better. They're only boiling goose eggs this year.
Happy Easter Monday,
Did they get a
everybody.
sponsor? They were looking for a corporate sponsor for it.
I would think that it was the president of the United States. He'd be able to, especially with the 80 million people liking the guy. I mean, you would probably be able to get a sponsor. He's certainly capable of doing that. He knows how to brand, I would think. But happy Easter Monday. I hope your
And
day
pronto to you, Mike.
was pronto. I hope your day was special. And kudos to our late Pope Francis, who was able to get in one last appearance for the Easter followers. That's pretty dedicated, right up until the day before he passes away.
That's
pretty
the
special.
industry of church. A
Yes.
pastor cannot leave before Christmas or before Easter. You have to get through those 2 days.
Incredible, though, when you really think about his reputation as a giver and somebody who was a really popular pope and somebody who was able to do that right till the end. It's kind of weird. I hate to
read about the appearance. Did you see the appearance on Easter Sunday?
I saw a very, very brief wheeling him out in a wheelchair, and he did not look good. He looked like he could have been at the end.
Did they have sunglasses on him like in Weekend at Bernie's?
No, he was alive. Right?
He was alive. Well, that's good. I mean,
he did.
Easter's
he
a
did
big
speak.
deal for him.
Now, when he met with J.D. Vance, it looked like he could not open his mouth.
J.D.
could
Vance
not
killed
talk.
him. J.D. Vance
did.
killed him.
He put eyeliner on the Pope, and then he killed him.
It's just we'll get to the details on that if you didn't know. If you're getting, by the way, if you're getting your latest news from this show, I have to tell you, my warning, Will Robinson.
Yeah,
Very scary to do that. But I hope everybody's Easter was fine and
it's fine.
Very secular in my home. More secular than it's ever been. Not only no church, but no real family to speak of. As
Ditto.
far as
did you hide eggs? Did you hunt for eggs?
didn't do got my son a basket, got him a little gift, and it was on with our day, and then made
Was it a
fried rice again. What?
Was it a God-themed gift? Was it appropriate for Easter, or was it?
No, there was no God in my Easter. As a matter of fact, I went out to get some fixins for the dinner, and it was I had the most secular of Easters as I went to the Mart of Wall right next to my house. By the way, that tells you the neighborhood I live in.
Sure. Well,
Right
think
next
of your
to the
small.
Walmart.
I mean, you can walk to Walmart, thus reducing your carbon footprint.
Yeah, well, I didn't do that. I drove, and I had to get some frozen peas,
Yes.
and I had to get in. What did I get? I got a frozen peas.
Did you get eggs?
Eggs, thank you. I got eggs, and
So you did go on an egg hunt.
technically,
Yeah.
pretty picked through. Prices not too shabby. $5, right? That's $5 and change. Not bad for a dozen eggs, and they were free range.
Wasn't a long time ago. They were $2.
But I
and
mean,
change.
weren't they like? Didn't they get
They
up
were-
to $7 or something like
Yeah,
Yeah,
that?
they were up to 7, 8,
It's
$10.
still too
Remember,
much.
the lady in the grocery store gave me $10 for that dozen eggs.
Yeah. That's so. I mean, that's seriously an improvement.
And these
So,
are chicken eggs you bought?
yeah. What did you? No, quail.
They're
Quail
so
eggs.
small. You need to double the amount of eggs in your rice if you're using quail eggs.
Maybe because of my own paranoia, I felt as though the people at the store, and it was packed.
Really?
Packed. Yeah, I believe we are moving. We need more people like Josh. I think if we were
Yeah.
a more religious world, we might be better off.
Well, I also went to Walmart yesterday.
You did
and
on
it's-
Easter Sunday? You're the only
Yes.
one I held out hope for.
Well-
It's really bad because that's Easter. That's when the prices rise again.
No, I forgot my mic stand, so I needed a mic stand.
Did they
And
have one at Walmart?
They did not. Walmart is the only place that was open within like 60 miles. And they did not have it.
accoutrement for podcasts. They have that big gap in their products.
Well,
you know?
I
No,
just
they
about
used
ruined.
to.
What?
They
They
used
don't
to
anymore?
carry like music instruments and stuff. Now it's all stuff for video game streamers.
Were
So
you
if
able
I
to
want some LED lights? they
No,
got
you
it.
don't want LED light. Were you able to jerry rig something?
I've got a little tiny stand.
Okay.
It's working.
I think that the only electronics is those TVs they have in the aisle.
Yes.
Those TVs that they just slide out into the aisle and give you a his sense. Is that or is it high sense?
I think
High
it says
sense.
high sense, but I know the brand. I about ruined my Easter.
How'd you do that?
We realized that the kids are away, so it's really kind of hard to get into Easter if you don't have kids. But my mom was at home, a couple miles away. I said, "Why don't we go over and
Hide your mom.
and hide my mom and see if anyone can find her?"
Hide your mom and try to find her. Hide her somewhere in the DC metro. And Carrie hides her, and it's your
I
job
have
for
to
the
find her,
entire
yeah.
day to find her without any technological assistance.
No, or shirt. I have to walk around DC
Her?
shirtless.
Not wearing a
no,
shirt?
no,
What?
she's wearing an outfit,
Okay, all right.
like
I
an
get it.
Easter outfit.
So what do you do with your mom?
Well, we thought, you know what? Let's go over there and get a small ham, and she'll make potato salad, and we'll have a little Easter dinner and a visit. I thought that would be very nice.
That's it. That's family.
Yeah.
It's, I didn't have, my mother-in-law was going somewhere with her beau,
Mhm.
and my sister was all the way out in Hawaii
So,
on one of her many vacations.
so I got the most of the close family we could together, and what we did is the night before we said, you know what? Let's do the Target pickup, where you put in all the things you want, and they select it, and they just bring it right out to your car because you've already paid for it.
Target the store.
Yeah. And because we've got a super Target with a grocery, the whole deal. And so we put in the order on Saturday night.
How very 1991 of you.
Just
You
telling
make it
them-
sound like they just invented them.
Right.
to
Every
be
Target
honest,
has
don't
that, I
care.
believe.
Don't care that they have it, but you were about to pounce on it. So I was going to say that we have a grocery store because you were probably going to say, you bought a ham at Target? I saw it in your eyes.
I think no. I was going
No,
to
all
say that you were
Targets are
mentioning
grocery store.
Target like it was some phenomenon.
No, it's
We've
not.
got a
It's-
super
it's
Target. They
been
probably
here
had a
for
super.
years.
It's probably been there for 30 years.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Also,
we-
like curbside pickup's a new thing.
yeah, that was big during the COVID. But I'm just
The
telling
way
you
you
what we
set it
planned.
up was just interesting because you were kind of
It's
saying
important
like
to
it
the
was
rest
something-
of the story, you see.
Okay.
So we put in the order on Saturday night, and the whole deal, it was going to be perfect. And it was not even that expensive because we hit a couple shopping like tiers where they would drop the price again. So we got a whole Easter dinner for like $52, and that included a case of Cokes. So I was happy. So we got up, and they said, when are you going to pick up your order? And we said sometime about noon today. And then they said, well, we're closed today. So not only did I not have a ham for Easter dinner, but
Whoa! Hold on.
Wait.
You would set up to
you set
buy
it up
an Easter
and then,
dinner and pick it up on Easter Sunday
Yeah, and then
without checking whether they were open on Sunday.
You have to admit, it seems like Target should be open on Easter. Walmart was,
But
and so
I
I
didn't,
assumed,
but I checked before I went out.
well, this is
when
how
did
I
it say
ruined
for
it. Mike.
pickup when you checked out?
It said
Doesn't it give you
can
an
be.
option?
It says it can be ready in as soon as 2 hours, or fill in the time. So we're going to fill in the time the next day, and they're closed. So we had none food to bring to my mom's. Luckily, Giant was open, and by the time we got to Giant, it was great. Because
Well, let's not gloss over this.
Okay.
I think it's important to for consumers out there to realize that when there is a major holiday like Easter or Christmas, there are only really two, maybe 4th of July might be included. That's it. I don't think you even count Labor Day on that. But I mean, I think it's really crucial to at least have somewhat of an awareness of whether or not the store is open. So this is my main question to
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
When you were scheduling pickup,
Right.
You could have done it right. You ordered this on Saturday? Is
Yes,
that
but it was in the evening. We didn't want to go out in the evening. We thought it'd be easier to pick it up.
No,
on
no,
the
no,
way.
but you could have
No, but
typed in when you were going to
let
pick
you
it up.
select Sunday.
All I'm doing here is taking blame for the fact that I didn't know they were closed and that I ruined the
No,
Easter
no,
dinner.
don't get defensive.
No, but that's true.
No,
That's
no.
how I felt.
We're just
wondering
going
if the
through
app-
your process or lack thereof. That's
Right.
what we're doing here.
Did the website let you pick Sunday? Even though
No,
they were
because
closed?
we're going to pick the next day when we
They
got
didn't.
up.
They
we're gonna
didn't
pick-
pick the date.
Oh, okay.
Right. We just
Gotcha.
placed the order, and
I
so
didn't know
Costco was closed. Target was closed. Luckily, my giant regular business hours on Easter, they put a sign
God
up
bless
there
them.
and went in, and it was great because by the time we got there, all of the $60
Did the
hams-
money already come out of your credit card?
Mike, we're getting to that. The
Okay.
$60 hams were down to $9, but we got to Giant so late we weren't going to have time to cook a ham. So what it resulted in is we made hamburgers, which were great. But now today I'm going to have a ham at my house and no occasion. So I'm just going to have like a loose.
So the ham from Target comes to your house today,
Yes. Mhm.
and you have to pick it up.
Yeah. Well, Carrie will. Carrie will.
Why
Okay.
can't
Because
you
we're
just
down to
cancel
one
the
car,
Target
as you
order?
know. Yeah. No, you can't
Cancel the
cancel it.
order.
You can't. Carrie said you can't. I don't know. This whole shopping online is something I hate because I like to be in a store, but Carrie swore it was the way to go. I'm not trying to shift blame here.
It's
but I
exactly
don't
what you're doing.
No, not at all. I'm saying I don't understand. She told me you can't cancel it. I actually did all the shopping. I did the pointing and clicking, and I hated the whole time. I don't like.
So
to
how
not
is
go to the
that?
store.
And then how is that Carrie's fault?
What do you mean? It's
You're
not
blaming
Carrie-
your wife.
No, I'm
on,
not at all. Carrie, I'm just saying Carrie said it can't
Well,
be
what are you
canceled.
doing exactly, Rob?
I'm trying to take the blame for ruining Easter and the fact that now two people are going to have a ham in their house that's going to last until the 4th of July because two people, I mean, not much better for three people.
I think you're exaggerating that a little bit, aren't you? Really, with your love of ham.
I do love ham,
You
but
can
Mike,
kill
it's
that
still-
ham in a week and a half.
It's still a ham. It's still a big hunk of meat. And
Why-
all I think
can I
about
make-
is I can make
Can I
soup.
make stop
Please.
babbling? Can I make a suggestion right now?
Mm-hmm. Sorry. To
Why
babble.
don't you have a real Easter dinner on on another weekend, like maybe this coming weekend with your mom? You do that.
No. This was Easter weekend. The Pope died this weekend. It's got to be this weekend. It does.
I
You should
think
have
it would
a
be.
ham today for honoring the Pope.
Maybe. Yeah. It wouldn't be good for Passover, would it?
Getting back to the whole thing,
But
I
I'd
think
like to apologize for my ruining of Easter. That's all.
to your family,
Yeah. I mean, the burgers were good, but it's not a ham.
it's only
That's all.
two people though. It's your mom and your. Was Carrie pissed?
Oh, spitting nails. No, Carrie doesn't care. She doesn't care.
Were you pissed?
I was. Because
Okay.
I don't like to mess things up.
But I'm surprised they let you check out without
They
without
love
putting
having
the
the money.
pickup.
All they
No.
want is the
No.
money.
I mean, really, most places, if you're going to do a pickup, you're going to book an an airline. You're going to do that. You got to have the dates locked in before they do that, and then they would have let you know in advance. And they obviously let you skip a step.
It's not exactly
Their fault. It's not your fault.
It's not air travel, Mike. It's a grocery store. All they care is
No,
they got the
but
money.
No, that's even more.
when you're ordering online for
Yeah.
pickup specifically.
Yeah. But they haven't collected the order yet because we haven't put in a pickup time. They'll do the pickup. They'll collect the order when we finally. Say
Well,
we
then
want to pick it
that
up.
you could probably call them. You haven't put it in yet.
Oh yeah, we've paid for it.
Well, cancel it. I bet you can cancel it when you put in a pickup time.
If they haven't collected, if you haven't, if your order was designed for pickup,
Right.
so you click on their website and say, "This is a deliver to the car pickup or car
Right.
come out to the car,"
Right.
and you have not specified that, and you paid for it already, you can call the particular store, which is your home store on the website, and you
Right.
can say, "We didn't realize that." The thing is, I'm surprised they let you consummate the
I'm gonna-
order.
Go.
Oh, and Mike,
go with
and it
this
was
angle.
fully consummated.
Mhm. What's
Call-
that, Josh?
Call the store.
Yeah.
And tell them that you're out of town for Easter and you accidentally ordered it at the wrong location.
Oh, if I'm going to lie, it's going to be a better lie than that.
No,
It'll be-
I think they'll give you a free pass if they haven't, since your order has not been selected yet by the
collected, yeah,
store.
Yeah.
So you can say, we didn't realize we ordered on Saturday, which you did.
Right.
We were going to pick up Sunday.
Right. We didn't
But
specify the
because-
pickup time. Right.
Because we chose not to put in the pickup time, and it was a time, not a day.
Right.
But you figured you weren't sure when you were going to get out of the house to pick
Right,
it up, and you probably had to have an hour window,
No, 2 hours. They need 2
a
hours.
2 hour window. You didn't realize at the time that they were going to be closed on Easter Sunday. You cannot be the only people that do that.
All I'm going is Carrie is.
Google says you should have had an email that will have a cancellation button in it.
I'll speak to Mrs.
To
Spiewak.
confirm
for
your
she
order.
is-
Why can't
she
you
is-
do it?
Because it's her account.
You said you do all the ordering.
She handed me her phone to do the ordering. I don't have access to the account at Target.
Is she at work right now?
Yes, she's
Okay.
So, but all
Do
I'm
you
going-
know where she is?
Who knows, Mike? I checked for a clock that wasn't there. But yeah, she's gone. The thing is that if there can be a refund garnered somehow, Carrie knows how to do it. She makes me look like a piker. She knows exactly what she's doing. So if she says it can't be canceled, I tend to believe that it can't be
So
canceled.
she gave you her phone because you were going to pick the food.
Exactly. She wasn't going to cook. Well, no, she made
Maybe
deviled
she's
eggs.
just really looking forward to ham this week.
Could
Maybe.
be. It
Yeah.
is a great meat. It truly,
Yeah.
truly is. We got a spiral cut. It was nice. We'll have it today.
But no, you won't. You won't. I bet you can cancel if they haven't
hope
collected
so.
it yet.
I hope so. I hope we can cancel it. I think that would be great. But then I don't have my Cokes, so I don't know.
There it is. There it is. He wants his case of Coke.
Well,
That's what it is. He wants his case of Coke. You want that order.
Costco's
no,
open. Just head over there and buy a case.
Well, it'd be nice if I had a car, but as you know, Carrie murdered our car, so I'm home. But I've
And
got
you
3
didn't,
Cokes
you
to
didn't
get me through today. So I'm fine.
finalize the deal for the used car?
No, we bailed on it. We didn't
You
like
bailed
it.
on that one.
Yeah.
Are you still searching for the right
Every day.
automobile?
Yes, every day. And I don't know that it exists, Mike, the perfect automobile.
Okay. All right.
So
All right.
anyway, Easter was fine. We hid no eggs. We ate hamburgers. My mom,
I had fried rice. I think you out seculared me with the burgers. But burgers can be a cookout is a common practice for Easter Sunday.
I suppose.
Yeah.
It was nice that my mom's, her TV's in the other room, so we got to listen to Ben-Hur, but not watch it.
No, nobody does that anymore.
Nobody.
You're the only no one except you. And
I
tell them
didn't-
what you do because you mention it like it's a common thing. Explain. I know it
Yeah.
because I've known you for a long time. Tell
But I'm
people
curious.
about
You watched Ben-Hur. Do you also watch the 10 Commandments this weekend?
the other kind of similar director, maybe.
No, different director. And
Okay.
the 10 Commandments is kind of like Bugs Bunny, and Ben-Hur is like a motion picture. You have to admit the 10 Commandments is cartoony. It's so entertaining, but it's not a really serious grasp of biblical history.
Is Ben-Hur more so?
I think so.
Ben-Hur is
Because
not biblical.
well, yeah, but it works adjacent to Jesus Christ. The whole life is adjacent to Jesus Christ. Ben-Hur's life.
But I don't think a lot of people say, "Hey, let's gather." And
No, but it
and
was
watch
always on TV
Ben-Hur.
on like Channel 20 on Easter, and it was
But it's
good
not any
background.
longer.
No, it's not. So I didn't watch.
It
that.
is
I
no
haven't-
longer. It is no. Ollie, why do you still think Ben-Hur is relevant on Easter Sunday?
If I have to teach you how to watch a biblical film, I will, but we don't have time right now.
Jim, you're there. You're not in my mother's house. If anyone knows what we're doing, I'm sure there are a small group that know
Yeah,
what we're doing.
a
here.
lot
We're
of
doing-
people do. Yeah.
You're there, and I'm here. And what are you trying to say? Does your mother share your enjoyment of
Oh,
the
yeah. Of
old
older
cinema?
films? Yeah. And you know what? It's traditional to watch the 10 Commandments once a year, but ABC blew it. They ran it on like the 12th, and that's too early. It should be
Because-
closer to Easter.
No, they don't run the 10 Commandments for Easter. They run it for Passover.
But a lot of times it's the people assume it as an Easter film because it is a religious film. And I might
But
be
it's
one
an
of the,
Old Testament.
yeah.
film.
Yeah, and what, you don't recognize the Old Testament? That's a great
I
testament.
do, but
He
it's
knows more about
mostly
it than we do,
Passover and
probably.
the Jewish people.
But it does have religious underpinnings. The
Where's
theme
your
of it is
Messiah now, see?
it has a religious theme, and I think they should.
Ben-Hur does?
Well, they both do. But
What's
Ben-Hur-
Ben-Hur about?
Ben-Hur, the guy, converts to Christianity.
Yeah. And there's a chariot race. Oh, a glorious chariot race. It's fantastic. But it's a very good film. But
Is that John Ford?
No. I don't know who directed the 10
Cecil
Commandments.
B. DeMille?
DeMille did the 10 Commandments. I don't know who directed Ben-Hur. Might be William Wyler. I'd have to
Billy
check.
Wilder.
Not Billy Wilder, William Wyler.
Who is Billy Wilder?
Billy
It
Wilder
was-
did comics.
It was William Wyler.
Yes.
Wyler.
Yes. Wyler.
Wyler.
Sorry.
Billy Wilder did comedy movies. He did
That's okay. I don't need to
Some
know
Like
that.
It Hot. And
Ben-Hur, what's the story of Ben-Hur? What is that about?
Well, Ben is a kid, and he's running around having a good time. No, he is friends with Masala, and they grow up. One is a Jew and one is Christian, and eventually Ben-Hur.
How many times have you seen it?
Probably 5. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's an investment, and it's not as cotton candy like as the 10 Commandments. But what's great?
Do you not like the 10 Commandments?
I love the 10 Commandments. I just
Okay,
didn't
you're
watch it.
kind of
this year.
dissing
It
the 10
sounds like you
Commandments.
don't.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
love it.
sound like you're trashing it.
No, it is a cotton candy version of the Old Testament. It's delightful to watch. There's so much acting in it.
Oh, it's a popcorn movie.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
10 Commandments is a popcorn movie. Ben-Hur's serious cinema. But
Yeah, I would
I've
agree
seen
with that.
No, it can't be serious cinema. It's got Charlton Heston, the
It's
overacting Charlton Heston.
it's his best role. It's his.
He never had a best role.
Yes, he did, and this is it.
He was a scenery chewer.
Yeah, he chews scenery. Oh, I can give you much, but he chews scenery in the 10 Commandments. He plays
He
Moses.
chooses scenery in Ben-Hur, too.
Not as much. He's more controlled. He chews scenery in The Greatest Show on Earth, and
Never saw that
probably what is
Soylent
it?
Green.
Omega Man, isn't that another one of his?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But,
So you listened to it? You didn't watch
Well, it was in the background. I recognize the score. At the end, the lepers get cured. That's a great part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to watch it, did you have to go put your DVD in?
What? No,
Like,
no. It was
you
on
said
Turner.
It's not on TV. Oh, I thought you said it wasn't on TV anymore.
Not on broadcast television. I think the 2 oldest movies that are continuing to be on broadcast television are It's a Wonderful Life. NBC has that. That's 1946 or 7. And then the 10 Commandments on ABC, which is in the 50s, I think.
Can I tell you about my television that might be a little more current than Ben-Hur?
Well, I mean, all I was saying, like, it was on TV yesterday. That's
Okay.
But yeah,
but
go
I mean,
ahead.
I just want to give you,
Yeah, please.
because I've been waiting, chomping. I didn't do this on Friday's bonus show because I wanted to wait, but I am here to tell you that it's rare. It doesn't happen all the time. And I'm not going to go with Breaking Bad rare. I'm just going to go with excited to see if there will be a season 2 rare. And that's how
Okay.
to me, you can break down a television presentation in when you're done with that TV presentation, do you want to immediately know if there will be a following season?
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not the only one that got really, really excited about that. I'm going to tell you here that this show with Noah Wiley called The Pit, which is about an emergency room in Pittsburgh, is not even close the best show on television. You know, falls into different categories. You get shows that everybody watches that aren't as good as we wanted, The White Lotus. And then you get shows like Breaking Bad, where everybody watched it and it was a masterpiece. I really consider Breaking Bad to be a masterpiece. And then you get a show like The Pit that's just gets better and better and is really good. And but you do have to get by a slight jive factor in the dialogue, because it moves at such a pace where you can't have that much dialogue without getting a little bit that slips through the cracks. But I'm going to tell you.
It goes back to ER, which the show is clearly based on. Some people even say a failed spinoff of. But
no, that's
was-
shortchanging it. Let me tell you why. The ER was even more jive than the Pit, because ER did not have any of the real nitty gritty that the Pit has. And I am telling you, here's what's great about it. I think when you can see art on screen or on a little screen, that makes you come away appreciating the people that are being dramatized. That's a triumph. And you will walk away from the pit with not only an appreciation of the people who work in the emergency rooms and what they deal with. And my God, do they show it on this show? But you will also, and not just an appreciation for the stress they're under and the pressure they're under, but the breadth of knowledge that they have accumulated. And I think we forget, God Almighty, have we forgotten in our society more than we ever have? We've forgotten what real intellectual accomplishment means. And you go to school and you get a great grade point average and a great SAT score, you get into a good undergrad program. You get into a good undergrad program. If you really want to get into a medical school, your grades have to be that much better. And to get through a medical school, it's the same standard. And then that's just the beginning, because you have to go through your residency and you have to become, completely versed in whatever your specialty is. It is such a tribute to doctors everywhere and their knowledge and what they do, and combine that with great character development, and you got yourselves, I have no hesitation in saying this is the best program on television right now, because it gives you such a little perspective. I found myself emotional for not the reasons that you would think, because death is portrayed and lots of carnage is portrayed because of what happens during the show. But I found myself emotional thinking about the people we don't appreciate, and so many people
Thank you,
that
Mike.
that went through COVID and dealt with this crap.
Oh, I know.
And we just, on to the next thing, on to the next. We have now put on pedestals the wrong folk. And we can say all day long that we appreciate the first responders. But you want to talk about people that went right back to living in obscurity and anonymity, the people that right now, as we speak, anytime you are listening to this podcast, anytime, morning, noon, or night, there are people now, professionals, that with their blood, with their sweat, with their tears, are taking care of the very sickest of all of us. And man, oh man, I think the pit does them justice, and that's the best compliment I can give it. If you get a chance, it's on HBO Max. I think it's on Cinemax. I'm not sure which one. I get it on the app. It streams on the app.
One thing that's great about it is, like 24, it takes place in real time, or roughly real time, whereas every episode,
which works for the format really well.
It really does, and it is a fine
I blasted
show.
out all of it. I binged it over the weekend.
14 episodes, I think.
14 or 15. It is a lot of television, and at the end,
that's
when
intense TV to watch in hunks like that. Good Lord.
Incredibly intense. And the actors that are doing this, it's the same. They had I was listening to an interview where they talked about having a medical boot camp, where all of the stuff they're supposed to know and the lines they're supposed to have, they have to kind of get versed in the knowledge of what it is to work in these ERs. I remember when I had a blood clot after I had major surgery on my hip, and it was misdiagnosed, and then it was misdiagnosed again. And the only time they caught it was when I went to the ER, and they caught it within 60 seconds of me seeing a physician, started treating me on it. There's a level of courage in the emergency department with the doctors and nurses that work in that department. And it's because time is of the essence in a lot of these situations, where I think that they just...
And they're gutsy.
They're courageous. They're great. For those of you that might go to it, and all doctors, as I said, you get me to a cocktail party, and if there's a doctor and a pilot there, I'm a happy man, because I love to just hang out and pick their brains. I think it's so fascinating.
That's
that kind of
accomplishment. Mehmet, isn't it? Mehmet Oz.
Mehmet Oz, yes,
at a
because he was
cocktail
a pilot.
party.
No, I don't even know.
You love doctors.
Mehmet. I love this show so much, and I didn't like it at the beginning because it does have a little of that pitter patter dialogue where they all have a smart line, but it's television. They
and
have
they had
to have
set
a
up the
smart line.
characters too. They had to plant the
They
seeds.
did.
Now,
They
do you
did.
know about the connection between that show and the aforementioned Breaking Bad?
No.
The redheaded resident with glasses, the one that might be slightly on the spectrum, is Bryan Cranston's daughter.
That young girl with the
Yep.
that kind of resembles a prettier female version of Ralphie with the round glasses
Yeah,
that
yeah,
she
I think
wears
that's the
and
one.
that.
Yeah,
And I think she's the one I might have heard interviewed on NPR when they were doing a long form interview with her, and she was talking about she's magnificent in this. So many of the characters are magnificent. Josh, have you gotten a look at it yet? Because you're going to love it.
Only the first episode, and then it
Did-
was too gruesome for my wife. So
Oh,
I have
too
to
so
gruesome,
much
continue
better.
on.
Yeah.
It is
Instead, we
gruesome.
moved. If you want an ER drama that's a little softer,
Yes.
Pause on Netflix is not too bad, but much softer, more ER like.
Pause.
Pause.
Okay.
Pulse.
Oh, pulse.
That's what I said.
How did you say it again?
He
P-U
said
pulse?
pause.
Pause.
Hold on. Let's stop for a second here. I'm sorry.
Pulse.
Pulse. P-U. All right. Say
Pulse. Pulse.
Paul. Say Paul. Say Paul. And
Paul.
no, not pa. Say Paul and pronounce the L.
Paul.
Paul.
I can't do it. We're gonna have to stick with what it is.
I love you, man. Oh my God, I love this.
So
Pulse.
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 Pulse. Yep. What I said.
That is not true. That is false.
That's right. This show, Pulse. Do they deal with people that can't talk?
Rob goes to Costco a lot because he likes to buy his groceries in bulk.
Yeah, absolutely. Save a lot of
Getting
cost.
back
I think
to
I
it.
say balk correctly. I think
Balk,
balk
like
is
a
close.
pitcher's balk, like a balk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah, but bulk is different than bulk.
Yeah. No. Okay. So I guess I say
this. Repeat after me. Emulsify.
emulsify.
Nailed it.
He
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
So
Because he loves mayonnaise.
getting back to the pit.
Yeah, great show.
First of all, hand Noah Wiley the Emmy already.
Yeah.
I think there's no question he's going to win it. And as soon as it's over, we spent the whole weekend with this, and as soon as it's over, I hop online to find out if there's going to be a season 2, because it would have been a perfectly buttoned up limited series. It could very
definitely
very
gonna
easily
be a season 2.
Well, there's total content.
Now,
yeah.
Back to the ER comparison. I mean, the fact exists that show started as a spin-off.
And Noah
of ER.
Wiley was on that show.
Yeah, and he was going to play Dr. Carter, I guess was his name on ER. He was going to play Dr. Carter in a new emergency room setting. The people that owned the rights to ER bailed, and they were left with this development of a series, so they went ahead and did it. So I feel the bones of ER in it, but also keep in mind ER was what, now 30 years ago? We're 30 years smarter. So I think it's written more currently, but I still see the bones of ER in it. I think it's similar.
Josh definitely articulated one of the it is gritty, it is gory, you're right in there on top of these procedures, and I mean you get
there was
blood.
one thing that made Carrie and I both jump, because I always laugh at the beginning when it shows a show like that and it says warning, has flashing lights and smoking. Okay, that's good, that's a good warning. And then in the middle of the show, they essentially show a close-up of a gynecological exam gone wrong.
Yeah.
And Carrie and I nearly left the couch, and there was no warning of that.
It is something else.
Yeah, it was.
I think, and I'm
great
not
program.
sure, but they might intersperse actuality footage with the content, because there are a couple of procedures in there that really almost had a jump cut that would have indicated that they were showing a reality clip of a real procedure being done. But getting back to the whole thing where it's a love letter to the
Can you
doctor.
do without the old people that are in the wheelchairs just complaining on the sidelines?
Yeah,
like the Greek chorus?
that's 100%, Rob.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the jive factors that's in there where, I need a sandwich, that's, I get that. But I think if you're talking about an inner city hospital, and the
Yeah.
great ones around the country, so many of the great ones are in the middle of the city, in the
Yeah.
heart of the city. It is just something else. Having some medical people in my family, my cousin John in particular, just it really is. I think when you go to see a professional, it's certainly if you're in an emergency setting,
Mhm.
we take it for granted. We take it for granted, and they are what they see, what they deal with. Certainly in a trauma center, which this is, the Pit is based on a trauma center. It takes a mental toll, an emotional toll. There are still doctors and nurses and medical professionals that are dealing with the PTSD from COVID-19, where they
Yeah.
watched so many people die during that particular time, and we have just eliminated it. And for this show, it's just magnificent. I really enjoyed it.
If you can watch that and not have a sort of almost an emotional gut reaction to what the doctors do, then consider yourself blessed because you've never been through a medical emergency.
Yeah.
It brings back so many thoughts for me.
Yeah.
Of my
Yeah.
own and my son. You see these people, and I'm in touch still with some of the nurses and his doctor from when
And they're
he was
gritty
treated.
ones, and there are bedside manner ones,
Yeah.
and then there are, of course, like any business, there are not so great ones. There are, but by and large, these people that have chosen emergency medicine as their vocation, wow,
Yeah.
what can you say? I
And
mean,
you
really
know
special.
what? But still, don't let them get addicted to opioids. That's not cool. No matter how
true.
handsome you are.
That's true. They're right there, even
right
with
there.
the code that they have to put in to open the
Exactly.
drawer. They
Mhm.
still steal, those bastards. Anyway, so it's good. The Pit, please check it
Do
out.
check it out. It's
And let me
wonderful.
know if you like it too. I would appreciate that. And we are delighted to have you with us today, and all the goings on. And do you have the music?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I
There
didn't.
it
I thought that we'd go to another. I didn't realize we were this deep into the show. My fault.
Well, that's all right. That happens. We're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we have a fat show today. A very, very fat show.
Speak
with
for
some
yourself.
very, very fat people. We will return with more fun and more thrills. Hey, everybody, let me ask you this. Do you have any delightful memories, like when you had a fun time playing ice hockey on the pond, and then your sister totally supported you by keeping you from going into the house? That's a bingo.
Aloha.
Do you want to relive those halcyon days, but are they trapped on VHS tapes or film reels? That's right. When I had to poop my pants
Mike.
and I was climbing up the hill, Kathy was there with a Super 8 movie projector filming me
Camera,
as she
not
denied me
projector.
access, and then the accident occurred. Anyway, if you're not sure where to start with all of your early media, we found the perfect solution, Legacy Box. Legacy Box is the simple and safe solution that you can digitize all your family's precious memories with. Plus, when you go to legacybox.com/TMOS, you can enjoy 50% off when you get started with Legacy Box today. Co-founders Nick and Adam started Legacy Box in their college dorm room over a decade ago. Since then, it's grown from a team of 2 to the largest and most trusted digitizing company in the world. Right now, when you purchase a Legacy Box, you get 90 days free access to the Legacy Box Cloud, which is the easiest way to stream, share, and download your memories. It's like Netflix, but for your home movies.
Yep.
You can stream your vids or pics anywhere, download, organize, save them, and store them securely. The Legacy Box Cloud brings you peace of mind, and now you can't even lose your photos if you tried. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS to save 50% for a limited time only. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS. That's legacybox.com/TMOS. And thank you, Kathy. I hope your Easter was swell. There it is.
She probably had a
No.
Hawaiian Easter.
I don't
Don't
know
you
where
think?
that came from. I really, really don't know.
She was mentioned in the front of the spot.
I have to tell you, at 6 a.m., I prepped the show and heard nothing last evening because I think it happened overnight, in the middle of the night, that
Yeah.
we lost Pope Francis. We were talking about it early. Pretty well regarded as a pope, would you
Yeah, I
fellas
think
say?
probably a step towards the future with him, considering the fellow he replaced.
Right.
I think he was good for the Catholic Church.
Pope Francis, history's first Latin American pontiff who charmed the world with his humble style and concern for the poor, but alienated conservatives with critiques of capitalism and climate change. He died today. We're taping this on Monday, April 21st. He was 88. Bells tolled in church towers across Rome after the announcement, which was read out by Cardinal Kevin Farrell from the chapel of the Domus Santa Maria, where Francis lived. Easter Sunday was his last public appearance right till the end, a day before his death, to bless thousands of people in St. Peter's Square and treat them to a surprise Pope-mobile romp. He did the whole thing. He left the building and did the little drive through the piazza, drawing.
He knows showbiz.
Yes, showbiz till the end, drawing wild cheers and applause. Can you imagine that, though, if you make your very first trek to the Vatican and you're in St. Peter's Square for his very last...
You're going to get stoned because they're going to blame you. Not
mean
stoned like throw rocks at you.
No, it's not going to happen. Beforehand, he met briefly with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my goodness gracious! That's isn't that something?
How about that?
A very, very well regarded pope.
Yeah. Who do you think?
How come our Christian is being so quiet right there?
Well, he's not Catholic.
I'm not very
not
familiar
Catholic.
with the Pope because I'm not Catholic, so I don't
that
know
it?
much of anything.
You're non-denominational, right? You're Christian faith.
Yeah, I lean Presbyterian, but
Did they have
I attend a non-denominational church. No, I don't have a king.
You don't have a high
church.
poobah.
No,
I don't have a king. My church has no king. And it would have to be
king.
like, I would picture like John Goodman and King Ralph with a big hat, big crown.
My memory really was that he was just kind of a humble guy. And did he replace Benedict with the red loafers? Is that who he came in afterwards?
And remember, Benedict didn't
Or do they have
die.
a guy in between that died really fast?
No, I
don't know.
think Benedict, who looked like Uncle June, I think he stepped down.
He didn't look like Uncle
He did look like,
June.
he looked just like Uncle June. But he didn't wear the big glasses, but he looked like Uncle June.
Uncle
Dominique
June. Are you kidding me?
Chianese.
I got to get to the Basilica. Yeah, you kidding?
Pull the white car around. I got to go and wave at everybody.
Dominic something. That's
Chianese.
his, Chianese. I got to get over there right now. Got to get into the St. Peter's Square. Take a ride in the Pope-mobile. That's what we have to do there.
The Pope-mobile, they won't need like a Pope hearse, will they? Because he's buried within the city.
I don't know.
Does it open to a bigger city?
I have really no idea. I don't know. But safe home to Pope
I say
Francis.
watch out, Mike. Watch out for a female Pope. I've said it before. I think it's time.
Don't think it's going to happen. Rob
I don't
Spiewak,
think
when I
Guarantee
say
it's going to happen.
when I say Haley, yes, go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say I'd put money on the first black Pope
Could be.
before a female.
There was one in the running for 2 popes ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're
A
going to
black
say
guy.
it's time.
Yeah. I just can't wait. Every day, Mike. Now I go outside and look for the smoke.
White or black?
That's right. Exactly.
That's right. We learned that when Rob was a child, he thought he could see the smoke from his home.
I did.
Yes. Yeah, which I think is just the sweetest of the story. Rob, when I say Haley Joel Osment,
Yeah.
what do you remember?
Well, I see dead people.
Yeah,
The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense with Bruce
see
Willis.
Dead people. Yeah.
Child actor. He pulled a Mel Gibson during his arrest for public intoxication earlier this month.
We had the story. He was an unruly skier, but I don't know that I didn't know there was problems when he was arrested.
Did you know that he is in big trouble for what he said?
No.
He also called the guy by a anti-Semitic slur that rhymes with bike.
Oh, Haley.
Haley also called the guy, and here's the conundrum, an effing Nazi. But he was supposedly so wasted that he didn't even know it until TMZ released the police footage the other day where he uses that K word. And now he's doing some serious damage control.
In his defense, he did think that the policeman was dead the whole time.
Right. any child that sees ghosts is going to be messed up.
Yeah, sure.
He issued a statement saying, quote, "Had I known I used this disgraceful language in the throes of a blackout, I would have spoken up sooner." He said he's been in, quote, "a very low emotional place, rather." He didn't specifically mention it, but he did lose his home to one of those California wildfires. That would put you in a bad emotional spot.
Yeah, but I'm thinking with the amount of work he's done lately, it might not have been that impressive of a home.
I think perhaps we haven't seen him in a lot of projects.
He's got a big face. He really grew up, unfortunately. Like he's got like a Jay Leno face now.
It's
not a cute like he was.
kind of that child actor thing that happens occasionally. He added, quote, "There's no excuse for using this disgusting word. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize to absolutely everyone that this hurts. What came out of my mouth was nonsensical garbage. I've let the Jewish community down, and it devastates me. I don't ask for anyone's forgiveness, but I promise to atone for my terrible mistake." Well, he's owning it. You can't do more than that. And
it doesn't really, you know what? His career doesn't really affect me that much anymore. So if he has to step down in shame, so be it. I'm sorry. He spoke badly.
It doesn't affect you. It's always about you. It doesn't affect you personally.
Haley Joel Osment affects you?
I feel like any celebrity, when they own it, I kind of think it's the right thing to do, and I'm all for it. I think it's a cool thing that he is. Look, there's so much lack of responsibility, personal accountability in the world. Any level that it's taken on, I approve of.
I appreciate that, but like what I'm saying is that his career being ruined is not going to fold Hollywood.
Yeah, you never know. I'm not sure where I stand on the Red Robin. Yay, nay. I really don't have an opinion.
It's one of my favorite.
It's one of your favorite. Then this will apply to you, Josh. Last week, Red Robin announced that they were selling bottomless burger passes, which would get you a burger and a bottomless side every day of the month of May for only $20 total. As expected, they sold out instantly.
Of course they did.
And even worse, their website crashed. So many people weren't even able to get the satisfaction of seeing that they were too late. A few people who did get through were mistakenly charged $682.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Oh, no.
That's the maximum value of the promotion. Those charges have since been reversed. Red Robin never said how many of the passes they were selling, only that there were a limited number that would go quickly.
Red Robin.
Some fans were frustrated and vented on social media. One said, "I spent literally an hour refreshing the burger pass. What incredible incompetence."
I would say that this is their scheme worked. This is better than the pasta pass, the burger pass.
And they're also getting the publicity a day after, whether it's yay or nay. Red Robin apologized for the site going down, saying, "We did everything we could to anticipate interest in the bottomless burger pass." Such a PR department.
It's Johnny Robin, isn't it?
But due to overwhelming excitement, this is completely, I wouldn't say, they might have crashed it on purpose.
Yeah, well, they wrote that before they launched the pass. Josh, what is your go-to? And Mike, by the way, Red Robin, free fries, all you can eat, and they're great with their ranch sauce. But what is your burger go-to at Red Robin?
Well, it's a great place to take the kids because it's also bottomless mac and cheese. So the kids go with that.
But can a kid really do 2 bowls of mac and cheese? Really?
Mine can do 3 or 4.
Really? Wow. That's incredible.
Yes.
Is it a small bowl or an average size bowl?
I could do one.
You could do one.
Really?
Really?
One's enough for me.
So you got an 11-year-old that just chows down on the mac and cheese? Wow.
Correct.
That's impressive.
The best burger, Mike, and I stay by this piece of advice to anyone. If a place ever offers a hamburger with a fried egg on it, get that burger.
It's very good.
It's amazing, and that's the best burger there.
What makes it good? It looks gross to me.
Oh, it's good. I think it's the yolk.
Ugh. Wait, hold on.
A nice runny yolk.
It's just a little messy.
Where is it? Why put that up at the top, please? I play it almost more than any other one that I have, and it's down at the bottom, Mike. Thank you very much.
Yolk.
By the way, they like this one so much. Red Robin also hyping another sweepstakes that offers free burgers for a year.
Wow.
They posted details about that on their site, which is back up, but there will only be 12 winners. So that's like Taylor Swift VIP tickets.
Yeah. If you want to check out their website, it's burgersformorons.org.
This is sad to me. It really
What?
makes me bummed out that nicknames are not a thing anymore. We are losing our desire for nicknames. The Wall Street Journal claims that they are going extinct. Let's see. There's an author in the Wall Street Journal that has 5 kids, aged 6 to 18, and none of them have been given nicknames by their friends. He says none of their friends seem to have one either. He claims all types of nicknames are in decline, everything from Junior to calling your buddy from Dallas, Tex, and he thinks it's sad. Because nicknames are almost always a positive thing or a sign of affection. If you're
Not
in a
always
radio station or a
positive.
podcast, not always.
Yeah, many negative nicknames.
I think my favorite nickname of the last 5 years was a guy in Robert's fraternity that they called Bun because he had a man bun. So they just called him Bun.
Best one, the one I loved, and it was
Yeah.
not on our show. It was on the Big O and Duke show, and they
Yes.
had a big fat guy, and his nickname was Landfill.
I remember.
I love that nickname more than
Mhm.
anything. And if you go back in the history of radio show nicknames, my God, tons of them.
Yeah.
It's just all the time, and I think they still exist in sports, don't they, Josh? They all have nicknames.
Yeah,
in sports, don't they?
Sports has nicknames. Yes.
So come on,
Yeah.
don't put it to rest yet, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I have a nickname for Billy Ray Cyrus or Elizabeth Hurley, but they're a thing.
What?
Did you know that?
No.
They've made it Instagram official. The British actress and American country musician.
Has she fallen apart?
Well, they cuddled up in a picture shared jointly on their Instagram accounts on Sunday, simply captioned, "Happy Easter." In the
Gross.
picture, Cyrus, decked out in a lime green bunny ears headband, embraces Hurley from the side and plants a kiss on her cheek. Hurley, wearing a cowboy hat, sports a radiant smile as the couple lean against an old wooden fence in the middle of what appears to be an open field.
I'd love to see her hold up a copy of today's newspaper because that doesn't sound right to me. She used
She
to
is
be
famous
so
for
fine.
she is favorite. She is a favorite because she puts even at her age, lovely bikini pictures up on
Yes.
a regular basis
Mhm.
on Instagram, and now she's with him. And
Well,
he
Billy
sounded
Ray-
horrible. What was his last claim to fame? He did something where you're the voice.
Yeah,
that
it was
had."
at the Trump inauguration ball.
Do you think she likes the weed like he does? Do you think she's into it?
I don't know that there's enough weed in the world to make her like him.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. A new study suggests that staying tech savvy later in life can reduce dementia risk. Isn't that good?
That is good.
The statistical analysis showed that technology use was associated with a 58% reduction in the risk of cognitive impairment. Additionally, tech users showed between 26 and 34% lower rates of cognitive decline over time. And if you have a parent or grandparent who's just staying away from technology, maybe revisit that. I know my mom, God rest her soul, was kind of anti-tech. Is less and less elderly people are
Yeah, well,
anti-tech now as we all get it
getting
becomes
older.
more part of
My
our
mom is
lives.
way into the dark web, and she's as youthful as can be.
I
But
got me a new one over the weekend right here.
hey, look at you.
Look at this. You know what this one has on its little case here? It's got a little stand on it. Can you
That's
see that?
great. I can't wait for that to break off because it will.
See, you're more you sound even more anti-tech than I do by that when you make a comment like that.
Mike, a stand on your iPhone case is not technology.
Yeah,
It's the
little
No, it's
same
not
thing that-
tech.
metal that pops
It's,
out.
it's
No.
the same thing as a picture frame from 400
But it's still
years ago.
to me it's a nice little feature. So especially I could probably use it on the show, as
Mhm.
how many times do we do selfies like this? What if you put the stand up and you get a better framed shot and I like it. I know
You
it's
need
not
the-
super
You
tech.
should get the stick because then you don't have height issues.
Yeah,
Because the stick can stand up. Look at the stick.
I will look at the stick. I don't do enough selfies. I do more videos now on TikTok than I've done before. But this I will say
This is what you need. The
What's that?
stick.
a stick. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll look into
And
it.
it has a button so you can take your picture from the stick. You don't have to touch it on the phone.
And it was a wonderful little greeting that they gave me on the stand here. It says, "This is wonderful. This is where, to me, T-Mobile goes the extra mile with their
I'm
cases.
so sure.
Try the kickstand." Isn't that nice? How nice they said
We've
that.
brought the technology of motorcycles to your cell phone.
My son was very excited and was showing me some of the things it does regarding photos, where
Well,
you
you
don't
love
have to.
you love taking
Oh,
the
okay.
photos. Yeah.
So the phone is new, not just the
The phone is brand new.
case.
and
Okay,
the
Phone is
case is
brand
new
new.
as well.
right.
got the,
but the case is what you were showing off.
I was showing because I like the kickstand.
Yes.
How much did you trade in your old phone?
I did.
How much does an iPhone 6 bring nowadays?
$45.
iPhone 6. I trade in my my. What was the first thing they had with all the music in it? I don't even remember.
the iPod.
The iPod. I traded an old iPod, but let's move on. I know tech. Detectives finally have recovered 4 diamond earrings from a suspected thief 2 weeks after he swallowed them. The man who was detained in Florida had told staff at Tiffany & Company that he was interested in buying earrings and a diamond ring on behalf of an Orlando Magic basketball player in February. That got them excited, and that got him back into the special money room. He was escorted into a VIP room where he could view the earrings. But a short time later, he jumped out of his chair, grabbed them, and forced his way out the door. That's according to the Orlando Police Department.
Now, when you go back there, Tiffany at Tiffany & Company, they call that the champagne room, right?
The champagne room. No sex in the champagne room. The 4 stolen earrings are valued at $770,000.
Wow.
And they matched the serial number from the jewelry taken from the Tiffany store when they recovered them. They have been returned to the store now.
Was it easy to read the serial number?
After a short period of time, they have been returned to the store and are now featured as Tiffany's rare brown diamonds.
Oh, God.
There they are. These are they look great on you. They look really, they look great on you, especially if you got a tan.
Yes. They go good with your yellow teeth.
Lovely, lovely. We got to take a break. We'll come back with more fun and more thrills. You, ladies and gentlemen, are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Try our Tiffany Brown Diamonds. You will never tire of them.
You know what, Mike? They're not good for a nose ring.
No, you don't want to do that. Hey, everybody, how would you like to be the most interesting person at the next beauty party? Don't make up a story about finding the most Easter eggs and making those loser 5-year-olds. I won't go if I take the old red glasses off my Sally Jesse Raphaels. Don't make up a story about finding them. Make those loser 5-year-olds break down in tears. You don't want to do that. That is a lie.
That is a lie.
Just show up with a bottle of wine from an independent winemaker with a truly unique story. This podcast sponsored by Naked Wines, a subscription service that seamlessly connects you to the finest independent winemakers on the planet, so you get a case of the market's best quality wines for a fraction of the price you'd normally pay in stores. With our code, you can get 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99. Naked Wines believes that wine is an experience, so turn off the noise of the outside world and uncork a bottle to celebrate the little joys in life. Plus, you can pause or cancel at any time. You need to join the Naked Wines community. Head to nakedwines.com/TMOS and put in our code TMOS for both the code and password. You'll get 6 bottles of wine for just $39.99. You can't beat that deal. Shipping included. That's nakedwines.com/TMOS and code TMOS for 6 bottles for $39.99. Good luck fitting all those eggs in one basket. Which, as the Proverbs will tell you, is a bad idea to put all your eggs
Don't put them all in one. No.
one basket. That's it. I want to talk about walking up music for baseball.
Yeah.
Michael and I were, Rob, I don't know if you have Marilyn Manson's The Beautiful People anywhere in your collection, but we're driving along and we're having a discussion with Michael because some of the teams in the Little League bring out one of those boom boxes, one of those speakers, and do a little music in between innings primarily. Not a lot of kids have the walk-up music, but I know at various levels of Little League, they have certain parents that have gone all out.
Yeah, travel ball especially.
Done
Everyone's got one.
You're looking like you have it, Rob.
I don't.
Like
I'm checking the other source right now.
Right.
But I'm curious, they do any of the Little League parks, travel ball excluded, have any sort of PA?
Not PA. They actually just bring the speaker down there. Do any of the
Okay.
teams you've played, Josh, have
No, it's
kids
yes.
with music?
Yes, they many of them do, where they bring the big speaker, set it up behind home plate, and it's really annoying. It's really frustrating to coach against those teams because you're trying to yell at your kids on the field,
Sure.
and the music's just blaring.
Because
It's
I used,
adding the
I
fun
used to
element.
call the football games, and in the early football games at the high school, they would overlap with the baseball because the fields were adjacent, and there
Right.
was all you heard was walk-up music, just
Yeah,
over
it can
and
be.
over again.
It can be, and the umpires get pissed.
Yeah,
Do
they
the
can't
umpires
like
get
it.
pissed when you? But we're driving along. He said, "Oh, Michael, I've got your walk-up music. You play the intro to the Beautiful People." And it's like, and he liked it. He was smiling in the back, and then he's like, brought about 3 or 4 more. I said, "Well, they're not going to play that, but he likes to play that." Has that been a part of any of your little leagues that you have coached, Mr. Soroka?
No, because the I always ban it on my teams because the coach has to manage that or get another parent to do that.
Our coach
And
sucks.
I find it distraction. So I always told the kids, no, that's for travel ball.
And also, you would be,
Now-
if you had to do it as a guy with a history in live sound, you would always be, if you did it, you'd commit 100% and double your workload, probably.
Well, yeah, and I always thought I don't want the kids to pick out the songs. I want to be the one to pick out the song that's appropriate for the kid.
Mhm.
I want to look at the kid's play style and be like, I know what song you need going up.
Yeah. My
pick out
coach
the song
picked
for
mine
them.
out when I played baseball. I played travel ball for one season, and
Yeah.
my walk-up song was the Candyman.
There is a fun. I think I saw it on TikTok. There is a fun for April Fool's Day where the moms picked out the songs for the kids walking up, and the kids didn't know until they're walking up.
Oh,
So
what their
that's
music
a fun
is?
bit.
All right, this could be fun because
Okay.
Rob might not have Marilyn Manson. I didn't expect him to, but he certainly would have. Do you have Easter Parade?
Yeah, of course.
Of course he has Easter. We're going to give you a few choices for. These are over the seasons that Rob played travel
Yeah.
ball.
Mhm.
His walk-up music.
let
that
me
he would
let me
have.
just bring up my travel music.
All right, this is Rob's travel music, travel
Because
ball music.
I only
for the
played
Easter.
travel ball one season, and that's the problem.
Now you had a story about walk-up music for baseball.
Yeah, it's
right?
the
That
most
was-
common songs, and it actually is in a form of a chart. And they just say they show the players that choose the songs.
Oh,
So,
who cares? I'm
mean,
more
so
interested
you
in
said,
your
look at
in
this
your walk-up
chart.
music.
They-
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm curious about one thing is that I don't know, but maybe 3 songs on this list. Did you know that the third most popular song for walk up is The Stroke by Billy Squier, which is great,
Great intro.
but
Yeah.
it's
Great
so
intro.
old.
It is
But-
old, but it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
And
I
remember,
guess.
for a walk-up song, you only need 10 seconds.
10
guess that's
seconds
right,
of like
yeah.
an intro that works.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know?
Another one that surprised me at number, I think it's 8, Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks. Another great intro, though.
Now, Rob,
Well,
one of yours, and you should tell the truth, one of yours was At 17 by Janice Ian.
Well, I would always choose a Janice Ian record.
Everybody in the
Always.
crowd would be like, I can't hear it. Yes, Josh.
Well, I was going to say it doesn't have to be the intro. Many of the times, it's just the chorus.
Or the
So
cue
they'll get
into
you
it.
just on the hook.
Mhm.
Right. Well, let's hear some of Rob's
Okay.
walk-up music. Let's,
All right.
let's
Here's
try.
one of them right here.
Okay. Batting last.
Oh, no
Got it.
reverb for this? Come on.
Sorry about that.
In your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it.
Batting third, Rob Spiewak.
In the Easter
There you go.
parade.
Beautiful.
Took a while, but we got it.
We got
that's,
there.
That's wonderful. I think it's fun. Look.
I
all
like it
the-
on pro games. I think it's fun on pro games. When
Well,
you
all
see
the
it.
little guys want to do is emulate
Yeah.
the stars, unless you
Mhm.
come across a real curmudgeon of a coach like Josh Soroka, who says,
Right.
"Not on my watch,
Well,
ladies
my-
and gentlemen."
My kids got distracted by enough other things that I didn't need music as well.
When they're out there throwing their gloves in the air and catching their gloves in
Yeah.
right field.
Now I am going later today to one of my nephew's games, and I know he has walk-up music.
Because you're in Georgia, right? You're
I'm in Georgia.
now,
Yeah, I'm in
and,
Georgia for the week.
What's
how
his
are you
walk-up
enjoying?
music?
Yeah.
I don't know what he settled on for walk-up music.
How
I
is
know there was a
Georgia treating
little
you?
controversy.
Did he choose Strangehold or Stranglehold by Ted Nugent?
I know there was a.
I don't have it. No.
What are you twitching around for? I was waiting for you to play something different. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to say you're in with your brother, sister up in Georgia right now?
No, I'm at my mother-in-law's home.
You're at your mother-in-law's house.
We came up here, had Easter with all of her family yesterday. And
Sounds
then,
good. You sound great up there, by the way. Sounds good. Your microphone's wonderful.
Oh,
How is your mother-in-law? Is she like a good mother-in-law or like a Flintstones mother-in-law?
No, she's great.
Good.
She's great.
Not
And
like
it's,
Pearl Slaghoople. No.
This is
Mine
South
too.
Georgia. This is South Georgia, where every town is basically like Mayberry or like a rundown Mayberry. It's all small towns.
Notice you were going 2 miles over the speed limit. You're in our county now. You got to be careful the way you drive. That's it. In Southern Georgia. There you go.
That's
You can say here,
definitely
courtesy
here.
of the state. Yeah.
Heavy Southern accents where you are in this part of the state.
Yeah, and where everyone knows each other.
So howdy.
You run in the grocery store and they know you.
Buford, I noticed the price of eggs came down a tick. There you go. By the way, have you heard some of Rob Spiewak's walk-up music? He's got some interesting stuff. Let me play a cut from one of Rob's musical selections here.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, Danny boy.
Yes. Batting eighth. Well, I got to use my finger.
Yeah.
Sorry. If he's going to do it, I have to.
All right. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, batting 7, Rob Spiewak.
Elvis's version of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have to take a break. And when we come back,
we?
yes, we must. Elon Musk gets creepier.
If that is such a thing as possible.
Humanly possible. And a very quick reference to the diet destroyer. Yes, even I occasionally slip up like I did this weekend, and I know why, and I'm not going to do it again. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Mike O'Mara Show. Hi, everybody. Sometimes you just can't fall asleep, and that's frustrating, right? Right, Mike. Right. However, today's episode of this podcast sponsored by Soul.
Oh, you got to have Soul.
The team at Soul just launched their new out-of-office nightcap gummies, which are similar to their world-famous sleep gummies. Is it sleep or sleepy?
Sleep gummies.
Well, you wrote it S-L-E-E-P-I, and I read everything, so am I supposed to say sleep-eye gummies?
No, I think sleep is right. That must be. I must have made a.
They haven't.
error there.
Well, sometimes I'm wondering whether they're eating a few of their gummies and coming
Could
up with
be.
something more
That's
creative.
true. Yeah.
Nightcap gummies have 3 milligrams of THC for people who require something a little stronger to go to sleep. THC and melatonin and Soul's nightcap gummies work together to promote deep restorative sleep. How? Well, I'll tell you. Well, shut up. Of course I will. Well, do it then. THC helps you go to sleep faster and stay asleep longer. The melatonin signals to your body that it's time to sleep. And Soul's out-of-office nightcap gummies also contain CBN and CBD.
Mike, this just in. They are sleepy with an eye. Sleepy gummies.
Sleepy gummies.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've had it where it says that.
Well, the new ones are the out-of-office gummies. They replace the sleepy gummies because they've got a little something extra. So
you sleep deeply and you wake up without feeling groggy. That's the most important part. And, of course, Soul obviously made them absolutely delicious. Blueberry lemonade. Plus, if you want to treat yourself, crack open a cold out-of-office sparkling THC beverage. Delicious and relaxing and perfect for the TMOS cocktail party. Well, we just had the TMOS cocktail party.
I swear to God I changed that for a cocktail party. My apologies.
Be like Rob. Subscribe to these wonderful little helpers. They really work, and I love them. Slumber City, sweetheart. Hit snooze on crappy sleep and prepare for a great night. Go to getsoul.com and use code TMOS for 30% off your order. That's 30% off your order using code TMOS. That's getsoul.com and code TMOS for 30% off. And now a slogan. Rockabye, baby, on the treetop. Take a Soul gummy, insomnia will stop.
That's no charge. I wrote that for them.
Whew. Welcome back to the show and Elon Musk being creepier. But before that, I do want to share with you.
Oh, the Diet Destroyer.
The Diet Destroyer, in my humble opinion, and I did this when I went to the Mart of Wall on the day that our Lord rose from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
I bought cereal. A pox on you cereals.
What did you buy?
I bought
CTC?
I bought Raisin Bran.
Oh,
and I bought Frosted Mini Wheats.
And
I had a massive bowl, and I might as well have just poured some fat into my stomach.
Was the Raisin Bran purchase for anything medicinal?
No.
Okay, because that's the main reason I would go to Raisin.
No, Carla likes Raisin Bran. Michael likes Frosted Mini Wheats. I enjoyed a bowl of both yesterday and got on the scale and was like... And I didn't even get to my yummy fake diet margarita drink that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, bad. And cereal in our house, it's like bringing in crack cocaine because we all love that too. And it goes so fast. It's ridiculous.
Do you take your crack cocaine with 2% or whole milk?
I use almond milk for my crack cocaine. No, it's just it's nasty. But that's no.
Do you use cow milk on your cereal though?
No, almond milk.
Gross.
And Diet Coke.
It says the man who does not like anything healthy. I bet you use 100% whole fat milk, right?
I do. It's where all the vitamins are.
It's bad for you.
Vitamins,
I'm a 2% guy.
Almond milk is full of
my
sugar.
son
You know.
What's that?
Almond milk is full of sugar.
But it's not full of fat.
Fat is good for you. Don't you read the papers?
I
you
will
can eat
stack
eggs
up.
and you can eat fat now. Those are outmoded things. You're
Oh,
not supposed to stay away from fat.
God, almond milk is what I drink. And then my son likes skim. And we drink all three. We've got milk. We've got right now in the refrigerator, we've got zero fat, we've got almond, and we've got 2%.
Okay.
But no whole fat milk. It tastes like really, if you drink the other stuff, the real milk tastes like cream. It's that heavy.
That is so great. Isn't it great though? Like in coffee. If you have coffee, you have yourself a cup of Charlie's Choice.
I have black coffee.
If you put some milk in it, some whole milk, organic whole milk, forget about it. You'd be great.
God damn it. God damn it.
What the hell is the matter with you? If you tilt a cup,
And I
it's
dressed
going to
for the
spill.
day.
So if you're joining us by audio, Mike was displaying his black coffee to a point that it poured
Poured it
into
all
his
over
lap.
myself with a nice gray outfit.
You better sue McDonald's.
That's going to leave him. Oh, it's burning. It burns. Anyway.
Better on you than the computer.
That's true.
Yes.
What about like cashew milk? Have you tried other nut milks?
I probably have, but not a lot. You know, the common ones are the almonds. That's the ones. And, you know, I don't know what the sugar content or what the health benefits are.
And
It's
also
just,
people
you
are
know,
nuts about almonds because they're apparently really bad for the environment, the amount of water it takes to grow an almond.
This is a man who seeks out health food to diss on this show. You know, but you know, you almost died. I should point that out. That's very important for
And
people
you know,
to know.
milk had nothing to do with that. If I'd had more whole milk, I might not have almost died.
Diabetes, you know, maybe you know that might have been better for you to avoid some of the fatty products that you were in.
For diabetes, you're mostly concerned with lactose, which is milk sugars. They'll drive your blood sugar right up. Mike, I don't live on it.
You seem to be an advocate for ill health, and I just try to keep.
I'm an advocate for what tastes best. And
that's
milk
not
tastes
what
best.
tastes good is not always good
Well,
for
Mike,
you.
There are things that taste good that are good for you. Like what about superfoods like berries? They taste good.
All right, let's move on, shall we?
Brownies
talk about
taste
Elon.
good. They're not as good for you, but brownies are great with a cup of milk, and the milk has vitamins A and D.
Very
Who
good.
needs to go outside, Mike, to get vitamin D? All
This
you
is
got to
true.
do is drink a half gallon of Costco organic full fat milk, and that's how they should market it. Not
Yes.
whole milk, full fat.
Full fat, whole milk. In fact, if you could, you'd get it right from the cow and you'd skim the cream off the top and save it for later.
It's wild. Our HOA made me get
Wild.
rid of the cow.
It's wild. ladies
That
and
is
gentlemen.
wild. Like every
yes.
now and then, some real piece of us comes out on the air,
Yes.
and me saying "wild." Was
Wild.
that's so genuine.
Man, this whole fat milk is wild. is wild.
That's some
Yum,
wild
yum.
milk, I'll tell you
All right,
what.
we only have a couple of seconds for Elon. What's the deal with Elon Musk
Okay,
now?
Elon has 14 kids that we know of. The Wall Street Journal says Elon has a habit of asking women not to have sex. He has a habit of asking women to let him impregnate them. And he refers to his children as his legion. Now, in a text, Elon allegedly sent to one of his baby mamas, who's called Ashley St. Clair, who, by the way, sounds like she might be featured on the Spice Network. Ashley St. Clair says that
Spice Network. That's a recent reference.
yeah, but people of a certain age will remember it. This girl, Ashley, turned down $15 million to keep her paternity keep the paternity a secret, which says to me, if one has come forward, there has to be other people that have taken $15
So
million.
are you telling me that when he wants to
he wants to add
is
to
it
his
a
legion?
come on line that is like, would you like to be the father of one of Elon Musk's children? Is that what he does? Is that how he seduces by
I
his
think
fame and stuff like that? I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
talk about his
Well,
method. But the weird thing is it's not about sex for him. It's about conception. And this Ashley St. Clair.
Hold on, stop for a second.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just going to fill you in with Ashley St. Clair is a right-wing conservative blogger who I guess interviewed Elon many times before the impregnation.
Oh, so she's not
Do
a
you
porn
think,
star.
let me ask both of you, do you think this is not being concerned about I think this is maybe a pickup line for
A
him.
kink? But
I
that's a
mean,
very-
no, not even a kink, but that's how he gets to sleep with women by that's his come on line.
But
Do you
this
think
is-
that might be possible?
It could be. I would not say it's wrong, but this is the weirdest part. Is this Ashley St. Clair says, remember, he refers to all of his children as his legion.
You said that already.
Yeah. And Ashley St. Clair says she has a text from Elon that says, to reach legion level before the apocalypse, we will need to use surrogates. So he's having sex with everybody to raise what? An army of Musks? I don't know. But the whole thing sounds creepy to me.
Yeah.
Well, she's
Josh, do
also-
you think this is true?
Well, she's also in a lawsuit with Elon back and forth over stuff. So I don't know how much of it's true, but I know he is very much in, hey, we are under the repopulation number. So he definitely thinks we need to have more kids.
Wow. It's weird.
It is. I told you it was weird. I told you.
Very, very strange.
It doesn't say about his milk preferences, though.
No. And for $15 million,
Yeah,
he could impregnate a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'd let him
That's the deal.
impregnate me for 15 minutes.
yeah, I'd keep quiet for like $80.
Whole fat milk. Rob wants them to rename it at Costco. Kirkland.
Full fat
Kirkland
milk.
Full fat organic milk. Full fat, full Kirkland. Oh, don't worry about it.
Mike,
We'll be back in a
that you can drink.
that you can drink. Yum, yum, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we have a new sponsor. We are sponsored
Yes.
today by Ethos. Here's some food for thought, people. Would your family be prepared financially if anything were to happen to you? The last thing you want your family to worry about is how they're going to pay the bills. Think about it. Tuition, your mortgage, even funeral expenses. But with life insurance from Ethos, your family is protected. I always thought that the traditional life insurance process was complicated, but Ethos is an online platform that makes getting life insurance fast and easy. You can protect your family's future, and you can do it in minutes, not months. There's no complicated process, and it's 100% online. No medical exam is required. You just answer a few health questions. You can get same-day coverage without ever leaving your house. With Ethos, you can get a free quote, but you can customize a rate that fits your budget. 3 million families, 3 million, have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage. You should too. It's more affordable than you think. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/TMOS. That's ethos.com/TMOS, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Jerry time.
It was warm this weekend.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Do you like Rob Lowe?
Yes.
I do.
I like
too.
I like his work, and I think he's got an ability to laugh at himself. So any
Yes.
celebrity that does that is okay with me.
Now, I don't know if this is staged because someone is filming it, but if it's not, it's funny. And if it is, it's still pretty funny.
Okay.
Rob Lowe was spotted in Hollywood by one of those tour buses, that you get in, they drive around, and they hope
Yeah.
to see a star. Okay.
Last one you played was like The Rock.
What he looks like, though.
Okay, guys, am I John Stamos? No!
The guy identified him as John Stamos in the parking lot of the store.
I will say he sounds mic'd up.
Yeah, but I actually know. I think what it is that they've really enhanced the audio so it sounds that way. But watch again. It's funny how he handles it when he's been pointed out that he's the wrong guy. I've just started again.
John Stamos. What he looks like, though.
Okay, guys, am I John Stamos? No! Who am I?
I have to say one thing.
Dude, you gotta get better.
What's that?
That man is well into his 50s, is he not?
Yeah, he's older than me, I think. Oh, he's
Yeah,
absolutely older than me. He's got to be
Find
60.
and that's him on the street.
Yeah, he
how
looks
good
great.
does that dude look? Wow.
You know what? Put him in the pit.
I bet he drinks fat-free milk.
61 years old.
61 years old. God bless him. Now, look, there are probably some surgeries involved, but I don't care.
Right.
Rob Lowe still manages to look stunning, and that
Hey,
hair.
See that hair?
Oh, that hair is phenomenal. That's whoever's his stylist. Go
Do
ahead,
you still
Rob.
shop at his box store for hardware?
Lowe's all the
Yes,
time.
It's great.
By the way, Lowe's, thanks for not having the right filters for my air conditioning.
Yeah, and thanks for not
humps.
selling ham.
Yeah, come on.
Lowe's.
Rob just wanted a simple spiral cut.
That's all
And,
I wanted.
Next to the screwdrivers.
Mike, Jelly Roll has lost like 7,000 pounds.
Good for him.
No, I think it is 200. He's closing in on 200 pounds that he's lost. He was over 500 when he started.
In 500.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So he was on the talk show with Luke Bryan. So, of course, it called my attention to it. And they asked him what the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to him on stage was.
It's a doozy about Dookie.
I pooped myself one time.
That's it. That's
You
all
want
you
more?
got. Yeah.
I can give you more.
Does he explain it?
Yeah, he does, but I just liked it isolated.
I like the team.
I did. I'm sorry.
Turns out Jelly gambled and lost with his bodily functions, and he's worried his confession is definitely not okay with the audience.
Listen, it was what they call it. I didn't know.
The bleeped word was shart.
Shart. Yeah, well.
okay.
I was confident it was all there. It was not.
Well, they say never
I'm
trust
so
one.
sorry.
Never
I
trust.
watched this crowd go from loving me to just being completely out.
Mike, he said.
How
he
do you
thought
not
it-
like that dude, right?
You gotta like him, especially when he says, "I thought it was completely air."
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
That's
No.
the definition of that word,
Yeah.
the shart. That's it. Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm surprised I didn't see you there, Mike. But I had a great weekend at Coachella. It was such a great concert.
So much fun.
Yeah,
Really.
I couldn't believe that. Lady
I got a
Gaga-
I got a new guy that I'm just in love with. He's been around for a long time, but he's such a virtuoso. Billy Strings. Are you familiar with Billy Strings?
I'm not.
Billy Strings is one of my all-time favorite bluegrass musician. I think he played Coachella, which is unusual for that kind of act to play Coachella. And I just love.
Well,
Billy
they
Strings.
had 6 stages, I think, this year, so they
Yeah.
had all manner of music. This
did.
was my favorite moment.
Okay.
Is I like Dave Grohl. I like Foo Fighters. My favorite Foo Fighters song is Everlong. I think it's a beautiful song.
Great song.
He performed Everlong with a choir and an orchestra.
Wow.
And it was really cool.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Listen to the horns just doing the bass line.
Hello. Oh, I've waited here for you. Here for long.
That's that is actually the Los Angeles Philharmonic that played with him.
That's awesome.
And I think I love that. Do you remember when Aerosmith, it was for the movie The Last Action Hero, the Arnold movie, they did
Yeah.
Dream On with the symphony.
Hey, I have
And
a
it was
question
beautiful. Yeah.
about Coachella. So the big story coming out of Coachella, Lady Gaga and
Yeah.
her mic malfunction. Did you have any? Is there video of that floating around?
There
And
was
the-
audio that was so muddy I didn't even pull it. But
Okay.
she basically just said, "Now I'm sorry that my mic broke up, but now you know I sing live.
There it is. Yeah, that's a
There we
good cover for that. Absolutely.
Let's close with this, Mike. I know that when you were little, didn't you often go to Lexington, Massachusetts?
My sister lived in Lexington, Rob.
No way.
Oh, 100%. I've been to
Okay.
Lexington multiple times. Yeah,
Well, she
absolutely.
picked a lousy time to go to Hawaii for her luau, her Easter luau, because they had I think it's the bicentennial or the 250th anniversary of the starting of the revolution, and the revolution started at Lexington, right?
Yeah, Paul Revere. Yeah.
So they
100%.
brought out a huge memorial arch to honor the event.
And they still came. People still came out to greet him because it was so exciting to celebrate the 100th anniversary, which is why we're inspired.
Now you can see that she's waiting for the arch.
The arch?
Yeah, it's a memorial arch. And look, it's beautiful, is it not?
Welcome to the birthplace of American liberty. Oh, no.
And they go immediately to a graphic.
You gotta roll that one again.
Volunteer.
People should know they push the arch forward and it crumbles. It literally crumbles. Here we go.
Here come the guys. Here come the guys. Yeah.
The top.
Great. It's worth it.
It was worth it. And
It was worth it.
I do love that they go right to the graphic. Now, do you know who the most famous daughter, I would say child of Lexington is? And
Who?
they got her to come. Rachel Dratch from Saturday Night Live.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you sharing that.
But
That's
I just
wonderful.
wanted to share what she said because I think you would enjoy it.
That's what I said when I used to walk around Lexington is, man, people are beautiful here. The beautiful people. It all comes full circle. It's
She
a
came up
callback.
after the Marshmallow. She says, and as you know, everyone will be going home with a piece of the arch.
Very nice. Very, very clever. I'll have to ask my sister when she gets back from Hawaii. That's it. We got to get out of here. For Josh Soroka and Rob Spiewak, this is Mike O'Mara saying have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your Easter money, and we'll see you tomorrow, Easter Monday. Thank you, and so long, everybody.
Bye-bye, folks.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.